evening. Welcome to the Gooner Booth. It's the match reaction. Arsenal 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Good evening, gents. Before we get into it, please like and subscribe. We're looking to get to that magic 300 number by the end of the year. Do you know what? I'll sound to the boys off. I've had to get a rum and coke just to calm me down because I am absolutely fucking fuming with that performance. And do you know what it's done? It's made me fucking nervous now for the rest of the fixtures we've got coming up. We play a lot against Everton, and we're fucking fucked. They're going to batter the shit out of us, right? I'll give my opinion, but I'm going to go over to you guys because I'd like to hear yours before I get into mine. Dave, do you want to start us off, or Wayne?
No, I think Dave should definitely. We've had our say off here, mucking about. Let's get Dave's point of view.
It weren't pretty. It was so, and we were so lucky today. 2 own goals to get the 3 points. Gyökeres, we were saying we need goals from Gyökeres. He was shocking. Saka, he was shocking. Zubimendi, he weren't great. Yeah, Ben White, he's got another injury. Jesus has come on and it's hit the guy's shoulder and gone in for the winner. He's so close to scoring.
I thought Jesus scored that. To be fair, I was really happy for him.
I was happy for him, but come off the defender.
It's just the way it's going. The only positive, boys, is that we got 3 points.
Yeah, 5 points.
That is it. If you're asking me, should we be winning the game like that? No. Does it breed well for the upcoming fixtures? No. It don't look good, does it? It looks a little bit. It's getting a bit techie now. All these fixtures coming thick and fast, you know. So, as I say, the only half glass full kind of stat you can take is the 3 points on the board. That's about it. Everyone, Trossard come on and he looked good. He was the only one trying to make passes forward. Yeah. Everyone else, that's about it from me, really.
Yeah, listen, it was shocking, boys. I mean, going straight on, I feel like I feel at that time when listen, we've won, but it's like a post-mortem that we've kind of lost because it could have been a draw. I was fuming when the Wolves got that goal.
We can't sit on and say they didn't deserve that. They had a game plan and they mastered it, and we let them master it.
This is what, as I say, we've had the say off here. Yeah. Good evening, Alf. Shocking, mate. It was. Listen, one thing I want to make a point of, and obviously off here, what me and Tony and our group talk about is between us. I was jokingly said to Tony, and I've been joking off here, but that was poor. That is an absolute piss poor performance. I was fuming first half. I was fuming. And if Tony can also bring the message up if he wants to, because I ain't got no problem with that. But what did I say on that message? We're at home against the bottom of the league, and it took us 67 plus minutes to get a fucking shot on target against the worst team in the league.
Worst defense in the league, my ad.
And the worst one. But also what I want to add to that, boys, is that if you just have a look at that, rewatch that game again, because we've gone frustrated. It's one of them. I went upstairs and the missus settled just to settle the kiddies, and she said, "Did you win?" And I said, "Well, if you look at my face, we did, but I'm kind of happy while also angry. It's a level, because it was that bad of a performance." Tone, I'm not worried. I'm concerned more so than worried, because my worry is that a team like Wolves have a look at that game and they stuck 10 men behind the ball, which they're gonna, as we said prior, they're gonna do it because they're relegation fodder. They're struggling. They want to get something. They almost got an effing point out of us today because we were so naive, and you could see it coming because you scored the goal, and for 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever it was, they were on us, and we could not get the ball off them. I thought there's a goal here. And I'm sorry, as much as I think he's good. Nketiah was poor for the goal. Get in front of your man. Gabby does not get beaten like that. Gabby will put his head on that. It's away. Boom. He was poor in the marking. He let the player go. Goes in. Ray's positioning as well. I don't know what he was doing in that section as well. It was poor, boys. So, yeah, fuming. And I haven't got anything as strong as you, Tone. But, yeah. I could do with it, mate. I'm not going to lie to you, boys. I'm not going to lie to you at all.
Do you know what? We can't even sit here and say that Wolves they set up really well. They were great, which they were. They had a game plan, right? But every fucking team that are in the bottom half of that table are going to come with the same game plan, right? It's our job to break them down. And I thought we were piss poor tonight. And then I can go a step further. Aston Villa didn't park the bus, and we were shit as well on that day, right? We didn't play that well, right? If you're going to win this league, you can't do it. You can't play like that. You cannot play like that. We're moving the ball so slow. And Joe, what? I generally think Odegaard does nothing for us anymore. I'm sorry. I'm going to be out and say it. That captain armband needs to be taken off of his fucking arm and given to someone in that team like Rice, someone that's going to carry their heart and they say, Rice, we scored the goal. Watch what Rice does. He goes to the players, puts his arms going, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, no, I agree. I
jail,
agree.
Right? Maybe last season we dropped points, right? We got out of jail. But how much longer are we going to ride our luck?
It won't stay going like it forever, will it?
I've got to say, I mean, listen, one thing I want to say is, firstly, I mean, we're frustrated. And the fact that we are is I highly, highly doubt we'll have any Wolves fan watching, because we got an Everton fan yesterday, which was a surprise, but hopefully they come back on with our preview. Right? Wolves went there, and that Rob Edwards, don't you remember when he was with Luton, we played absolutely turgid against Luton, and we scraped through against them. Rob Edwards has gone, right, I'm going to have that same game plan. And we didn't have a clue. And what did I say, though, boys? Now, listen, this isn't against Subamendi, because I don't think you can't blame him at all. I just said maybe having two creative midfielders. But then you get Odegaard come on. The first thing he does is we've got a struggling Gyökeres who can't get into the game, and he's clipping a ball over to him. And I'm standing there going, why are you come onto the pitch, Odegaard, and clipping a ball to our centre forward who's struggling? You know? And that is, I just think there's the setup was wrong. They just came there and they did, and that would have been what they deserved to get that 1-1. In the fact of the matter is that they didn't come to play football, slowed the game down, fell over. You know, their centre half. How was their boys? How was their 4 minutes at the front of the first half?
Yeah,
if that's Liverpool at Anfield, that is 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
7 or 8 minutes at Anfield. We get 4 minutes. I'm just saying that because that is not changing the result. The result as it is, as I say, it's 2 own goals with a few.
The second half, he done 6 minutes, and he ended up playing 8 or 9.
He played 8 or 9.
That should have been 4. That should
have been 4. Exactly, David. The first half should have been that. The second half should have been 4. There was no need for there to be 8, almost 9 minutes, and that referee played on. But yeah, listen. It is null and void. It's just a little
we
thing
played pony. We was pony.
We were, but that was the worst I've seen us play. And what I worry about, and listen, Tony will know, watching the videos, David, you will know, I am Arteta, but I sometimes worry about him playing his attacking game against their men. How can you go 67 minutes wanting to win the title without having a shot on target?
No. Yeah. What player scored over a 6 in that game for us today? Is there anyone who scored over a 5? You know, Rice, he's normally a 7 every week. He was a little bit below it, wasn't he? He still was better out of all of the rest of them, but really, no one had more. Raya made a good stave in the first half.
Madueke scores 2 goals in the week and then gets dropped. For the game today, you know,
that there's 2 contrasting things, and I was thinking it, and I can't. My point will be null and void before I even make it, so I'm not going to make it. I'll tell you what's going to be different. What I was going to make a point of is I thought Jesus is closing down. He didn't have that energy, that match fitness to do it, and I thought there's times when that allowed him back in, and then he's been in the box to create the own goal that's got us the winner. So that's null and void. But I think Moreno in the middle of that park was at times when the goal was conceded, he just was not doing what I want and my left eight to do. If he's coming on to do that, he's so, in my opinion, so poor playing in the midfield. He's much as we've already alluded
not
to.
Mobile enough.
He's not mobile enough. He's not challenging enough, in my opinion. Get him in the box, in the opposition box. He's your man. Get him in and around the 10 role. He's your man. He's just not a left 8. And I was like, get on him. Rice is 6, he's blowing out. Get on him.
That last 10 minutes, right? We're playing bottom of the league, right? Haven't won a game, right? Conceded the most goals, haven't scored many goals, and we're all sitting there shitting ourselves.
Yeah.
If there was 5 more minutes added on, they would have gone back to 2-2. We were that bad. We were that bad that it goes 1-0 up against bottom of the league and just sit in and invite pressure.
Because it was clueless, Tony. It was clueless. Sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, mate. I don't mean it, but we were clueless. And I'll pass it back to Dave. Sorry, but we were clueless, Tony. This is why this is the problem with Arteta against low blocks, and that you think, oh, you got Eza. I love Eza. Again, he struggled.
He was poor today.
You know, he was poor. I can't hide from that fact. Gyökeres as well was poor. But is it also poor that when you're not getting sort of like the attacking phase of the game right? As I say, boys, you have got, look at it on paper, the form and the players that were struggling that we've just mentioned. Yeah, Saka pre-injury last year, his goals, he was struggling. Gyökeres was struggling. Look at his goals last year. Eze was struggling. We've got these players that we're not knitting together when these sides are playing 9-10 men at the back. You have to be good enough to do that. The only plus side I want to give to you, and that's why I was pre-winding you up prior to the match time, was this is what my put was being, right? The only positive I can take from it, boys, is remember back. I'm not saying again, listen, it's a long season. You have to win the game when you are pony, right? Arsene Wenger teams, sometimes we played pony, but that was on title. Have a look back at the title winning teams. You play pony, you win. There's a long way to go. I'm not saying we're winning the title just yet. It feels it was poor, but we've won 3 points. You know, you have to move on. But yeah, listen, Everton away is going to be hard, boys. If you play like that, then yeah, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle.
Turn us over. Away from home, so they're going to be up for that as well. They're going to be well up for that game.
And another thing, what I was trying to make, sorry, boys, and I'll move it on to you. I thought Madueke should have come on time, and David. I thought he should have come on, boys. Definitely. That's my opinion.
I would have. If you're keeping Saka on the pitch for your moments, right? I would have moved Trossard into the false 9 and then put Madueke on the left. I'm saying I want him to play there, but I think instead of putting Jesus on, just to keep that energy level there, because look, he done the job for us, and he, that second goal doesn't go in if he doesn't apply that pressure, right? So you got to give him credit. But in terms of the closing down, he hasn't got the legs for that, right? So I think
you could see
he moved the ball through our midfield so quickly. Marino was down on his feet.
Can I add to that, Tone? Instead of Moreno, Madueke on. I thought you'd give Madueke get legs on. Would maybe stick Erdegaard further back towards the support Rice? But would you boys agree with that? And Trossard in the false 10. Yeah. Chuck Madueke left or right, whatever you got to do. I just thought Moreno he's thought there, I'm going to get Moreno to nick a goal here for me. That's what I thought he was going for there, boys, putting him on. I would have put Madueke on all day long.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, look, we rode our luck. We rode our luck tonight. We take it. We take it as 3 points. Just a positive. But we can't enter some really tricky fixtures. Well, and you won't get away with playing like that. I'll tell you that. Against Everton. Well, even that, it was just our play, our general play, the stuff that we're supposed to be good at. That passing and the ticky taka 1-2s it's moving the ball so slow. Like we're predictable, right? And Wolves didn't even engage with us. They just literally sat 2 banks of 4 there and weren't coming in. They sat there. They didn't even engage. It was going left to right, left to right, left to right. And Gyökeres, as much as we defend him, I love the guy because his work rate is unreal. Tonight, he didn't want to know. I feel like he weren't making them runs, or he weren't. There's a few moments where I think Saka got put the ball in the box.
You're talking about the one moment, Tone, and I was fuming with him as well, mate. He should have put. Where are you? You're the number 9.
Reading that, and that's a tapping for you if you read that.
Tone, he was a split. I'll tell you what, boys, and sorry, I don't, Dave, I'll give you a chance because it's a frustrating night, mate, for both of us as me and
Tone. All right, mate. Go for it.
Sorry. Have a look, boys. When you get a chance, you calm down, or if you have to watch Match of the Day or whatever, and they show that. He was on his toe. He was not on his toes. He did not move. If you've got that instinct, it's either confidence. I don't know what it is with him. That ball was a perfect number 9 ball into the box. Get your foot on it, bang, goal. Haaland scores that. He's because he's next level anyway. Gyökeres, I don't know what it was, but he was just not on it. He should have been there. He should have been there, boys. He was just watch.
You got the freeze
anything,
frame, didn't you? He was half a yard behind the defender. Really,
he was. Don't watch anything other than watch Saka. Don't watch the defenders. Watch Gyökeres, and you'll see.
I watched a few of the replays, and he weren't
behind him.
He weren't anticipating it, and that. I was like, Joe, I can't defend that. The guy works hard.
I love him, Tone. I can't defend him. I can't defend that tonight.
Them moments are your moments to go and attack. This is why we bought him. When we're up against it, and it's 0-0 playing low block teams, you're going to get that again this season, by the way, because that's good advertisement from Wolves tonight of how to play Arsenal at the Emirates. If you want to get
men behind the ball, counter attack.
Yeah,
wait till we get tired.
Brentford done it again. We got a little bit of luck, where Marino again. It was a header, cross and header. That's probably the tactic we've got to play against low block teams. And in them situations, you want Gyökeres to be on that point and attacking everything that goes in that box. If he gets a flick on to tap in for Trossard at the back post or Martinelli, vice versa, but he weren't anywhere near it. I think the Wolves defender had an easy night when it comes to defending against Gyökeres.
The best thing I see him do, and I think personally it should have been on his right foot, was when he got the ball in the box, he spun the defender, hit it with his left, it's gone wide. Yeah. He needs them from Saka on the other side, and he can maybe put it bottom corner. But that performance there, boys, up to it, but he was non-existent, and then all of a sudden he livened up after the goal for a 5-10 minute spell. Someone has said online, I want to see what you boys, and I think I'll pass it to David, Tone, because we've had.
I was going to say, Dave can have say before you do that, Wayne. There's a couple of people watching. Put your comments in the chat.
Yeah, please join in.
What do you think of the game? Are you frustrated like we are? Are you worried about the next couple of games ahead in the Christmas period? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, just drop a chat, and me and Tony will let David have a say. But what I want to say to you boys is that on a passing before I pass it to David, someone said if Gyökeres is going to be in this kind of form until would you start Jesus at Everton, and would you keep it? And obviously, someone said Jesus should start until Havertz is back. I think he had a poor performance, Gyökeres. I think it's harsh. I also do. I think at times though, you got to kind of. He needs a rotation. I'd play
Gyökeres again. I'd play him again. You got to just keep. You got to play him through.
You got to keep him, till he gets
that goal. You got to keep playing him now. You just got to keep on, and it will click. And once it clicks, and then hopefully the floodgates are open. Fingers crossed.
The annoying thing is, it started to click for him against Burnley away. Do you remember that?
No, this is what I was like,
this is what we want, right?
Don't get me wrong, right? I don't agree with it, Tone. I don't agree with it, boys.
There's a moment. There's a moment in the game where Trossard was the only player where he played the ball to his feet. He held the ball up, spun the guy, had a shot, went wide. I was like, okay, that's what he can give you.
Yeah.
We don't do enough of it. We don't try and find him.
Saka's not looking for him. Like, okay, he put that wide ball in, but it's like him and Saka. He don't know when Saka's going to pass the ball to him.
No.
So he don't know when to make that
honestly,
run. With Trossard's on him, so he's already on the move. I want to say as well, boys. Listen, I'm not gonna bother. I think just my thing on Martinelli, and I like what the boys done.
Yeah.
I think we needed Trossard tonight to unlock Gyökeres, as you've just said. That's 100% right, because I think they're starting to form a bit of a partnership. You'd want an Eze to form a partnership with him. You want an Ødegaard. You want a Saka. They're not doing it at the moment. But Trossard seems to be able to find him. We needed Trossard tonight, boys, to unlock that team. And he needs to be...
Isn't our attacking midfielder if you don't have Gyökeres up front. I'm going to make that statement now. He don't look forward. He looks sideways. He looks like again. If anything, he predicts the play down the right hand side, and he was doing it tonight. It was all going down Saka's side. Yes, Saka got a really good cross in that Jesus didn't header it, but it got the second goal for us, right? But you can't rely on that. That's going to run out soon. Like Everton are going to literally double up on Saka. Mark my words. Next weekend, as soon as Saka's got the ball, he's going to have two defenders straight round him. Don't let him go on his left. Don't let him whip it in. Then what we're going to do?
I think the only plus side, Tone, and whether you agree with this, David, I think when Wolves have come there today and Rob Edwards has gone, I've played these boys before. Let's frustrate the hell out of them. Let's frustrate the crowd. Let's waste some time, and let's kind of break up the play. At Everton, you know, you could, if you, as David said, listen, as I say, that prior statement, by the way, boys, I don't agree that Gyökeres should be dropped still. He's my number 9. I just think number 9s have poor games. And I still believe Gyökeres can bang when people start to find him and he starts to get that confidence back. He's lost it again. He had it at Burnley. He's lost it again. Sorry, Tom, but he can occupy. He can occupy Everton. Sorry, mate. Everton. They're not gonna be playing a low block because they're gonna think let's go out and crowd behind them. So we might see it. So it's vitally important he occupies the defenders. And you've got players like Saka to step up, and Trossard needs to start against Everton boys next week.
Yeah, I think he will.
Definitely.
You know. I'm sorry, Tone, and I was interrupting. What was you going to say, mate? Sorry.
That's what I'd had a thought right during the game. That tackle on MLS.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Well done.
And do you know what? I'm actually glad he didn't get sent off. Because I think Wolves go down to 10 men. The pressure's on us to win the game even more. Right? I don't think we win that game. I think Wolves sit right in deep, and then that finishes 0-0. Right? I definitely think I was glad. When it went to VAR, I was like, don't send him off because it's just going to make it worse.
Do you think it was a red card, though? Do you think it was a red card tackle?
Well, when I was listening to the VAR review, I think it was.
He said he pulled out.
He said he was pulling out.
There was no.
I didn't say that. There was a lot of momentum. The only thing that went in his favour was the fact that he was quite low. That's what I need. But
what I want to ask you boys, back in proper as people keep referring to Barclays Premier League, is that a sending off without VAR in the Barclays Premier League with a Roy Keanes, with a Paul Scholes, with a Patrick Vieira?
No,
it's not. But what I'm saying is listen. What you have to do now, because the game has changed, is that interpretation is dangerous play. His foot is low, his stud is still following into the ankle of MLS. So if MLS breaks his ankle on that challenge, then that's dangerous play, boys, isn't it? So
there's three parameters they use. Did he get the ball? Was he in control of himself, and did he endanger the opponent? So he definitely endangered the opponent.
100%.
He wasn't in control, and he didn't get the ball. So on 3 things, he's fouled there. So
this is again a failure of VAR, Dave, isn't it? You just explained the failure of it. Now, Tone, I get what you're saying because again, for us as support, seeing Arsenal play against 10 men, it didn't help against Chelsea.
No, it wouldn't have been good.
It wouldn't have been. They would have just gone deep. They would have been. You'd have had about 8 players in the box, and we wouldn't.
No, you're right in what you said. Yeah, definitely.
I agree with you, Tone. But what David's saying is, and you have to look at it on what the law is interpreted now.
That's the 3 parameters.
That is the 3 parameters all there, and you're like, right. But this is what. Just look at it as well, boys. Now MLS come out of that perfectly okay, right? Hopefully, he might have a few, blood on his ankle
because he got up
in the
air
as well
before he got to him. That's
he
why
did,
if his leg would have been planted, he would have been
exactly leg planted. He breaks his ankle for argument's sake. That boy. What are you going to say? Oh, actually, you know what? The VAR are coming out saying, "Oh, he put in there."
He should have been on the yellow card before that, Chan. Anyway,
he was
failing constantly, Dave.
He was
failing constantly, definitely.
So,
yeah, cool. I think final thoughts. We're going to we got a midweek game. We haven't, have we?
No,
week off. We got next
week.
We
got a week off time. We got a break.
Sunday, right?
Saturday, I can't remember.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Let them have 7 days, 6 days rest. Then that'd be good for us. That will.
I think as Arsenal fans, we need to reload and refresh. We've had a few crappy games. In fairness, we've had about 3. We had a shitty one against Chelsea. The start of Chelsea where we were
Villa,
poor, where we won. Villa. Brentford was another frustrating game, but we pulled it out because Brentford obviously didn't have that quality to attack us in full. The manager rested his players. Listen, we've had 4 games that have not been fantastic.
In between, we did bash up Bayern Munich, though. So
exactly, there's Champions League's been good, boys.
Yeah, and Bruges.
I think we looked really leggy tonight, didn't
we? Yeah.
Again, you know what? Listen, I'm not, as I say, I'm not digging out Mendy. I wanted 2 more offensive players on because I thought sit Rice deep because these boys are not going to come at us, which they didn't. And he's put 2 central midfielders on. I love Mendy. I just think when teams are like this, you needed to play 2 players who are going to be playing in the 10, if you like. You know what I mean? Just on them, get someone on the ball. As much as I say, Odegaard frustrates, we needed that. You know.
We're next Saturday at 8 o'clock, so we go again at the same time.
Predictions for City tomorrow. Alfie's asking predictions for City tomorrow.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a draw. I think, and I'm not saying that because I've got my Arsenal cap on. I'm saying that because I think Crystal Palace are a good team. They beat Liverpool there. Pep Guardiola has got the tactics, obviously, but I think Palace will get a draw out of them. It's their own patch. Their fans will be on it. It's a small stadium. It's an old school South East London stadium. 1-1, Alf, for me.
I think City win that purely because Crystal Palace went away in Europe during the week. And they haven't got the squad. They've not got the squad for Europe. So I reckon they'll probably come out strong, and I reckon they'll blow out of steam. I reckon Haaland nicks a goal and they win that 2-0.
No, I'm going to go a draw. I'm
hopeful that hopefully that I'm wrong. I really hope that I eat my words.
I think personally, Tone, you need to double the strength of your rum and coke, mate, because you've had a bad night.
I'm going to have to, maybe have a couple tonight.
You're going to have to, But Al, thanks for the
comment. Cheers for the comments,
we appreciate that, mate. Yeah, for me, your uncle thinks it's going to be a draw, but again, like Tony said, you don't know. With having a player like Haaland on the team, who's carrying City, in my opinion, like Salah did with Liverpool, it could be the difference. But I'm still going for a draw. But let's see, boys.
Yeah. We take the positives. Although for me, the positives are the result. Right, we got the result we needed. I think what makes it a little bit frustrating was, do you know what? Actually, fault for you guys. I mean, I think you both played I think we've all played at amateur level, right? Do you remember on a Sunday where your Alf get involved in this, mate? Because mindset, right? If you know you're playing a team, say you're second in the league, right? Because I've been through this, right? You're playing a team that you know get battered every week, right? And they're coming to play you, right? And I remember this as a kid, right? You'd be warming up and all the boys around you would be fucking about. They wouldn't even be doing their stretches or doing their shuttle runs or their proper warm-ups because they just think, I fancy an hat-trick here. Do you think there's a little bit of complacency tonight with the Arsenal players? I'm not saying we should be professional, but do you think there's a little bit of complacency going on? The bottom of the league fancy a little bit of a chilled one tonight, 4-0? Because the way we was playing, it was so fucking casual.
It's
casual.
It's going to come to us. It's just going to come to us.
It's just going to come naturally. We're going to score in a minute. And I think that when we didn't score, we come to half time. The Arteta was fuming, by the way, because you could tell that the expectations of him isn't that.
He's gone straight round the tunnel. But another thing on that, because people won't know our personal Sunday league adventures, but I want to put something to you, which is you're 100% right, Tone. And this is what Wolves have kind of done in a sense, because this story makes sense to the context of of the game tonight. Yeah, me and you, with our old team, there was 9 of us that turned up at Catford.
Yeah,
we were playing a team, Dave, that were absolutely and they were thinking they were going to batter us. Right? We turned up there with 9 players and beat them 3-1. Because we were low, we were the bottom of the league. We were they didn't expect. Oh, look, we're playing these. They got 9 men, bottom of the league, and we beat them 3-1.
Well, yeah.
You know, and listen, it is again a different thing, but you remember that well, Tone. We talk about it quite often. The Wolves had nothing to lose, like we didn't that day. They turned up, and they had a game plan. That game plan, as I've said earlier, frustrate the life out of the league leaders, and if stop them scoring, nick a goal. We scored by the fact that Saka, Tony used to do that, Dave, near enough every other Sunday, or near enough every Sunday, where he'd hit the back post from his corners, right? Saka's done the exact same thing. It's hit the keeper, we got a bit of luck. Wolves would have been vilified, and we would have been absolutely roasted, and quite rightly, if that finished 1-1. We got away with it as well. But Wolves, that game plan, Wolves executed it brilliantly. We were poor, but let's not take it away from Wolves, boys.
That's it.
Because they almost come away as the poorest team in the league to take a point, boys.
Hey, Derby's record. What did Derby get? They had 11 points, didn't they? They went down on 11. And at this point, they had 6 points that the woman said on the before it all started. So they're on track, aren't they, to beat the record?
Yeah,
I mean,
listen,
not a good record.
No, you don't want that, do you? You definitely don't want that one.
I'm not making it. I'm not putting. As I said, this is an Arsenal channel, so you're going to put your hat on. But as I said, you can vilify me, can't you, boys? Because what did I say last night? When they come to the Arsenal, they always put on their best 5-10%. They will get turned over by City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Tottenham will turn them over. The teams that are at the top of that table will turn Wolves over. Yet they come to us, and all of a sudden, there's 11 heroes on the pitch. But we allow it because we get sucked into this game. And as Tony said, it was too casual, boys. You can't say anything else. It was too casual from us. And Wolves have fed onto that, fed onto the negativity of the crowd, the frustration of the crowd, and they almost got away with a point. And could have sort of like turned their season, boys, couldn't it?
Yeah. When that goal goes in, I'm like, for fuck, I'd have thought we got what we deserved, right? And we again rode our luck, got a second goal. But if that second goal doesn't go in, right, we're having a completely different conversation on this stream tonight about our title.
I didn't want to come on at 1-0, Tone. I didn't want to come on at 2-1. I didn't want to come on at 1-0, but 1-0. We got to do this because it's what we do. But I was so annoyed. I was, I wanted to wind you up, and I didn't wind you up too much. I did not want to come on for that pure reason, Tone.
There would have been a few swear words.
Yeah, I was so annoyed, boys, with that, and really was. It was poor, and it would have been even worse at 1-0.
Do you know what? If we drew that game, I think a lot of question marks would have been thrown at Arteta, right? And there still is a little bit with these low blocks because when the lower half of the table comes to us, they're going to do the same thing. They've got to have a game plan. We have to have a game plan for it. You can't rely on Saka whipping a cross in and us getting a goal that's our tactic a lot of the games now. When Odegaard plays, that is our tactic. He veers to the right, Saka gets the ball, shifts onto his left, crosses it in. If he can't do that, it will go back. There was one point we had a fucking attacking corner and it went all the way back to Raya.
I hate that, Tone. We do it all the time, Tone. We do it with free kicks, mate. We're like, hang on, we can't go down to the right. Let's shoe on to the left.
We went backwards.
Yeah, goes back into the middle, Dave.
Our first two corners tonight were played short. And I think both end up with Raya.
Yeah, I hate that. Whoever invented the short corner wants hurting.
Corner? Yeah. Listen, what happened, boys? As I say,
goal?
Exactly, Dave. And what happened with the goal? You hit the back post. The keeper. We've had a mistake. You've created a goal. Why are you doing short corners and then you're like boys, at a lower level playing it when you're, say, for me, I was always sort of like, if I was a attacking mid or a striker or whatever, I was a crap defender anyway, as a crap player overall, but that's why I stayed up top. But if I used to defend outside the box, but and you're sitting there going, as a player on that pitch, you're going, oh crap, they're going to whip the ball in here. It would have cracked me up being on the opposite team with Tony and his left foot. Declan Rice couldn't beat the first player, and then we're going short, and then we're doing it. When you go short, you let that defence set. Do you know what I mean? That ball's going to whip in. You're like, where's this going to go? Is something's going to happen? When you let them set, you get to come out a bit. You draw out. You go straight tight to your marker. It's too predictable, boys. I don't like short corners. I agree with you, Dave.
No.
Yeah. Let's talk about the injury. Ben White. I don't know what he done. I was trying to listen to what he done.
Looked like hamstring.
It seems like I think that sprinting session when I can't remember the guy's name.
He
was gone. He was gone. And I know what I was sitting there, and I literally was crapping my pants because I thought he's going to bury this. He's through on goal. But fair play to Timber. He made up some good ground. But Ben White literally he pulled up and he was doing that sprint. But then it begs the question again. I think near enough every game now I've had someone go down with an injury.
The problem with Benny White, Tone, was that the poor, he's done 390 minutes and then he's been asked to play again. And listen, do you
think he gets back in the team again? Do you think he plays for us again? Just a quick one.
The problem is, Dave, if he don't get injured today, he plays that game for the full 90 minutes. You have to ask yourself, right, hang on a minute. Sort of like, does Nkapie get back in the team? Because I want Benny White, Timber, Saliba,
he actually done what I said though, didn't he? Remember we was doing the lineups. I said that Ben White right back, and he moved Timber to left back. Remember how he done it when they first was playing together, weren't they?
But he had Timber playing left centre back, didn't it? Left centre back, and Nkapie playing left back, didn't he? They lined up as.
And then they were alternating. They were alternating.
Yeah.
That's one thing I think we do well is we do alternate the back four. We got players that can. That's why he plays centre half at full back. I think.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, this is what I'm saying. Calafiori, Nkapie, White, and Timber are not your standard fullbacks. They're not your Sagnas, your Gary Nevilles, your Ashley Coles. You know what I mean? Your Lorenz, your Dennis Irwins. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, boys. We have got practically centre backs at fullback, but they invert, or they have the ability. Benny White and Saka's relationship was fantastic, and that's what I was saying to you, Dave, and your point. If he's keeping that one, you're thinking, go on, and then he's gone injured again. And it's a shame, mate, because I think he would seriously challenge Timber again, fully fit for that right back spot once Calafiori's back, Gabby's back. Just not our luck, boys.
Get a break.
We just can't get a break. Every game. I said it on our chat, Tone, didn't I? Every game we get it.
There's another defender out.
Another defender out, boys.
Yeah. Havertz and Jesus are coming back now. The defence is out.
This is it, Dave. Exactly.
Our bench tonight was just attacking players. I think the only player that could play in defence was Norgard.
Yeah. Don't be surprised. I mean, as I say, I think we might end up having to utilise him at the centre back, boys, for like the League Cup and the FA Cup.
I think we're going to have to.
Mosquera's out, White's out. That's your right side decimated. Your backup for your right side decimated. Saliba's going to need a break, boys, isn't he? He's come back, and again, he's his usual self, but he needs a break. He can't be playing 2-3 games a week. Excuse me. No way at all.
Cool. I will leave it there, guys. I think they'll shut the stream down. We've been online for a while. I'm going to go and dip into some more rum and drown my sorrows.
Make it a treble, not a double. Make it a treble for you.
Yeah, that was a.
You're going to need it.
I just think it's made me feel a bit. I don't know. We're 5 points clear. But I just feel like we're going away to Everton, and we got Villa again at home. We got Brighton at home.
Yeah,
we can't be playing like that. And the fact that we've got another defender out, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough as a supporter. It's going to be really tough now watching these games. Right? No game in the Premier League is easy. That proved it tonight. That you got to be on your game no matter who you're playing and how many points they've got. Right? But we look really off the pace at the moment, and I feel like it's weird because we were good.
Boys, if I can interject. We're only City. If Crystal Palace win a result against City, then it's all looking good again.
Yeah, of course it is, mate.
Crystal Palace a result away from it all looking good again. So I wouldn't be down in the dumps too much, boys.
No.
I think what it is. I think we want. I don't know about you guys. Probably the same. Right? I want that title. I want us to win that league. Right? It's been so fucking long. We've come so close the last couple of seasons. I want us to win the league, right? And we're so close. And it's you have these little moments where you're like, are we going to fall short again?
It's PTSD. First is
of course it is. No, I'm getting it really bad.
Thanks for the message, Alf. We appreciate Tony and Dave. We appreciate the messages. Again, thanks, matey, because again, it's nice to interact with other people. But it's PTSD, Tone, and as Arsenal fans, it's natural. You know what I mean? I was winding you up pre-air, matey, but I was only messing with you. It's PTSD.
No, it's good. It's good.
I get what you're saying.
Well, look, we're probably gonna have tougher moments to deal with this season, but
you have to.
It's one of them things that.
Listen, it's not. It's natural. The thing is, when you want something and you want it so bad.
Oh yeah,
you've been stunned for so long.
The players want it as well, right? And I think we can't. But tonight we can't have put in that stinkers like that, right? And I think it was all because of what I think Aston Villa done us up badly, right? But then we Champions League. I thought I was back onto form. That's why in the preview we done, I wouldn't have changed too much because, like, yeah, Yokere's come back in, Madueke, and that's why I think he should have made. He could have made the decision tonight with Madueke. He didn't even play him. I found that really interesting.
That's the one for the next stream time.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well,
but it was frustrating. He should have.
We'll get on a everyday We'll get an everyday podcast out in the week, right? We'll go do a deep dive. Hopefully, we're discussing a City loss, and how we're 5 points clear. We'll have another look at We'll have a look at the Christmas roundup of fixtures and
another one before you wrap it up, Tone, as well.
If
we didn't, sorry boys, sorry Tone, because you're wrapping up. I just want to make another point that Dave also made. If we had drew against Villa, we'd be 6 points clear tonight. It's fine margins, and I know it's frustrating, but we've got to keep going. You're going to have moments where you're up and down, so it's going to keep.
Well, look, 6 points off of Villa anyway, so they can get back in their box.
That's true.
Yeah.
So hopefully, look, Palace, please do us a favour tomorrow. We'll be watching.
All Palace fans.
Up the Palace.
Fans. Might even go down there. South London.
Go on, Eddie and Ketia. I've always.
Oh yeah, they've got the best striker in the world, boys. What can go wrong?
Yeah, I've always liked you as number 9, Eddie. I've never moaned at you.
I think Rob Holding's still on their books.
He's on their books. No, somewhere else, but yeah.
There
you go.
On that note, thank you for tuning in. As a few of you have been watching, hope you like the podcast. We'll do another one during the week. Look out for that. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Take care,
everyone.
Weekend.